All right, next we have Libra, rising and sun. So for you guys, this new moon in Scorpio is happening in your second house. And this is a pretty chaotic, feisty kind of new moon because Mars is sitting next to it in the sky. And it's also opposing Uranus. And both of these are making a square to your black moon Lilith in the 11th house. So Uranus is opposite the sun, moon, and Mars in the second, and both again making this T square to black moon Lilith in your 11th. So I'm really getting very clear message around relationships with this new moon. And I feel like you guys, whatever is coming up right now is trying to unearth or get clear on maybe some issues that came up in this last eclipse season. So last month, this is has been probably an impactful month for you as a Libra, where the south node has been in your sign. So eclipses with the south node in your sign typically do show you what is dysfunctional in your life. It might be in concern with your health if you have Libra in the first house. It could show you in your relationships where there's been dysfunction, or really whatever house you have Libra in. So there's, a lot of complexity to astrology, but take that with a grain of salt with how that makes sense for you. And so I think there could have been some dysfunction coming up in your relationships, in your health over this past month. And this new moon is trying to help you see, why was all this happening? Like the psychological reasons behind the behaviors and things that have led to this point in time, or the things underneath the surface that have led to breakdowns or issues coming up that need to be addressed. Because a new moon in Scorpio is all about having clarity about emotions that have been pushed down, suppressed, and compacted, and drawing those all out to the surface, looking at them and asking, have I dealt with this? Have I been so busy that I haven't dealt with this in my relationship, or in my confidence, or in my energy around money and my own inner stability? This is a new moon in the second house. So there is something here around your own independence, your own autonomy, your own ability to take care of yourself financially, rely on yourself, to feel very confident in your ability to take care of yourself, but also in yourself as a person and just what you have to offer. So a new moon here can try to bring more stability into this area of your life. Maybe that could mean you're going to make more money, or you're going to approach your relationships differently, or you're going to start building up certain skills and parts of yourself. But it's like we have to first create instability in order to reach that stability. So with Uranus opposite Mars at this time, there might be something that we're needing to confront in our own psyche or within the intimacy of our relationships. And this is something that I think you are very intuitive about, that you know that something has probably been off in the past month, and you're feeling aware of it. You're feeling like, okay, there's some imbalance here. Any kind of relationship, it doesn't really matter, but there's something in either my own psyche and my relationship with myself that has felt off, where I haven't shown up in certain ways that I need to for myself, or in an actual partnership that has felt off. And it's like you're suddenly kind of seeing something for the first time with really, really clear eyes. It might have come up in eclipse season, but with this sun card and this high priestess, I feel like it came up more intuitively for you. It was this feeling that something is off. I feel like I'm growing and they're not growing. I feel like my health has been deteriorating and I don't really know why. Or there could just be this feeling that something needs to be addressed. But the whole situation, the whole reason why it got to this point, I think hasn't been clear. And with this new moon, I think with this sun card, we're gaining clarity on why that is exactly. The sun illuminates, the sun draws things to our focus, to our attention. And in particular, this issue might really show up in your friendship sector. So this could mean so many things. There could be money issues and confidence issues that affect your friendships and your community relationships. It could be that your partnership is not mixing well with your friends. It could be that you have long-term goals that don't necessarily align with what you're doing right now for money, or the kind of person that you're with and what they want to go and the direction they want to go in. There's kind of a lot of ways that this can manifest, but it's basically that you are needing to have some sureness, some stability and confidence either in yourself, your money, your path, or your partnership. But there's something about your friendship, your community, your belonging, or your goals that don't actually match with what you're participating in right now. So wherever Black Moon Lilith is, which is in your 11th house, there is going to be some shadows that make themselves clear. So maybe you've tried too much to fit in and actually you were meant to do something differently. Maybe you were having certain goals that were driven by, I don't know, one aspect of yourself that doesn't match with where you are meant to grow and how you can grow financially, and that needs adjusting. But there's something here where I feel like you're trying to kind of fortify yourself and increase in confidence and sureness and stability, especially in your relationships. So if your friendships have felt a little bit off, this is you seeing, this person doesn't make me feel good. This person takes away from, my sense of self, or they don't really have much to offer me. And maybe there's a realization that with some friends or some goals that you actually can be more confident in what you have to offer, and realizing that you might have more to offer than they do. I feel like you're going to start to see like, what is a match for me? What's an energetic match? This could be a partner. This could be a different kind of friend. This could be a goal, but there's something in your life in these areas that doesn't feel like a match, and that you're meant to have more confidence or make more money or find more stability in relationships because of their sense of longevity, because of how much of a match they are. So there's something about these issues that have come up this past month in your relationships or in your health that could be showing you where you've been playing small, or that could be showing you where you're actually somewhat out of alignment with things that are meant to be more uplifting. Like you're worth more, essentially, is kind of what I'm saying. You're worth more. And whatever that means, could be, again, money. It could be your own self-confidence. It could be your friendships. It could be your relationship. But there's something where I feel like you're realizing that you're worth more. And it's these insecurities or things of the past, or, ways that we kind of undervalue ourselves that have been leading you to not realizing just how much more you're worth. So I feel like you're kind of leaving like this lack mentality in some way with the 6 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. I feel like, the 6 of Swords is like this rite of passage. And I feel like we kind of all go through phases of life, and maybe not all of us, but many of us go through phases of life where we are up leveling our self-image, and we're realizing that we're good at something, or we're improving our confidence. And it's this rite of passage that we kind of end up in relationships or situations or career paths that don't pay enough, that don't value us enough, that don't show us how amazing we are in some capacity, because we haven't fully gotten to the other side of this journey of realizing that I'm bigger or better than this thing. And I have just more to offer the world, and I deserve more, like a bigger capacity, somebody who has a bigger heart and bigger capacity to love, a job that has a bigger capacity to pay me. There's something where you're stretching, but it's like you have to first realize how you were limited, and that this actually wasn't the right space for you. And sometimes we can get stuck in that spot for a little while, but there's something here where I'm like, you're seeing that there's more. And with this luck card, I really feel like you are also getting opportunities right now that feel quite lucky, that feel like, like things are paying off for you that you've put energy into. This luck card says, you may find yourself stuck in the middle of a situation or you may find yourself right in the middle of a situation at present, or that something is stuck in circles, and this could be caused by overreactions or too much interference. It's time to let things progress at their own pace. Limes bring luck with them, so take a chance and be ready for the ups and downs this energy brings, but know that time is on your side. Don't overplan, and be open to letting complexities unravel on their own. So this might be a side message, but if there's somebody who is in a relationship with someone and they feel like they're outgrowing them, or that container isn't big enough for them, or a job or anything, it's like maybe you've been trying to fix that thing or that job or whatever it is. And I feel like this luck card is trying to tell you, you have luck and you have opportunities coming to you, and maybe you don't need to address, like, you don't need to fix the environment or the person or the situation. Maybe it's you that can have the adjustment. So you decide to go out and do something on your own, or something that can increase your level of stability and confidence and feeling good. And somehow that can either improve the situation, or you might end up just leaving that situation or that person because it's not fitting. So it's like you're so lucky and abundant right now. And I think you just need to focus on yourself, and not so much on trying to adjust the environment to be more expansive, unless you're leaving it. Because sometimes, like, you can't really like fix the job that much, or you can't fix the relationship that much, especially with that pressure that we apply, that time, that impatience. I don't know, there's something here where it's time to stop worrying about it. I definitely feel like, you could be you could just be worried about trying to get out of some kind of cycle with this rabbit and the snake card, and worrying about it and trying to like fix it, I feel like isn't actually going to help. But with this fox card, I feel like the stability is coming. It is definitely coming. But it might be that you, again, need to focus on yourself for that stability to be here. Let's see what the fox card says, because I know it has to do with a stable partnership. Let's see. But I don't think for all of you it's talking about partnership. Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. Fox personalities are skillful in business and make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt to new situations. They are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things excited. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. So I feel like this is really trying to say that instead of improving the situation or like the person, maybe it's time to stop worrying about it and focus on creating stability and happiness within yourself, and then show up to that situation with this improved energy. So showing up with more devotion, showing up with more interest, giving that person or that job more attention. Because you're feeling so strong and stable, I think it will emanate from you, and that is when the situation will actually improve, rather than you needing to kind of like go in there and fix things yourself. It's like you're fixing things with your energy, and that's something that I think is super important here. This new moon is also trining Neptune in your 6th house. So there's definitely a need to kind of like go with the flow a little bit, especially within the workplace, or within taking care of your health. Like, trust your intuition about what to do. Trust what feels right about your next steps. And so if you have had health things come up, focus on creating stability within yourself. And part of that is just by listening to your intuition about, what to eat that day, how much to sleep that day, how much to work that day, and not trying to have necessarily like a prescriptive, very controlled type of schedule or environment. You also have Mercury in the 3rd house, sextiling your planetary ruler in the 1st. So you guys might feel like you're attracting more abundance right now. Conversations are really helpful. Having a clear mind is also pretty much happening for you right now. I think you might come up with new ways of looking at things. And I think that just in general, communication is really enhanced. So if there has been issues going on at work, or in your relationship with yourself and the way that you are thinking about things, or in a partnership or friendship, this is saying that there can be an ease in communication right now to resolve issues. And Mars opposite Uranus can be a little bit volatile and impulsive. So I wouldn't necessarily like make any really big purchases right now because we don't really know how those will turn out. But decisions can be, it's like our action can be impulsive and our instinct can be impulsive, but our mind and our decisions can actually be more supported, and like our communication can be more supported. So talking things out with friends, thinking about things, journaling about things, then maybe acting later could be really conducive to getting things moving in the right direction and having the necessary progress that you need without forcing things and without doing things too quickly. So I don't know if that message made a bunch of sense or made a bunch of nonsense. So I'd love to hear down below what you guys thought about that, because that felt a little bit confusing to me. In terms of, I felt like there was kind of a lot of situations that could apply to. So I'd love to hear down below if it resonates and what situation applies to for you. If you guys want a 2024 forecast, I am breaking them down month by month. And this is an 1.5-hour reading. I only have time for like 15 of them before the new year. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's very in-depth. I spend a lot of time with you and even beforehand preparing. And it will go over how to best utilize these transits. So how to kind of flow with your year without having too many obstacles. And so if you want that support, I will link that down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I hope you have a great day.